All right, so now we're gonna work through how to find the rectus femoris, put the percussion massager on it, and then do the deep work on it. This is not the best lighting, so it might be hard to see, but we'll do our best. So you take your quad and you put it straight out at something close to 90-degree angle to your hip. You flex the quad first, then way up here by the hip joint, you try to lift the leg gently off the bench, just a little. And as you do that, you can see that this muscle right through here will lift and flex harder. So for us to differentiate the rectus femoris from the other three quad-only muscles, we have to first flex at the hip, see what doesn't flex hard, then lift the leg with it flexed at the knee, and the extra muscle will pop out. So we then take our percussion massager, like so, and just start rolling with the tissue. You are not trying to cover a lot of real estate. You're not trying to be flexed while working on it. You're trying to sit in one spot over here, not moving much. 5 to 8 minutes. It'll draw blood flow. You'll probably get a nice vascular response where it turns red. The goal here is to draw blood flow so the tissue is already warmed up and more responsive to deep work. It's also to prepare the tissue for more invasive work. So it takes its cues from this as a warm-up versus the more intense Theragun is going to activate it and prime it for activity. This primes it for taking deeper pressure. That's our difference here. Like so. All right, next, we need to get the deep work. I'm a fan of using a barbell. So as you can see, I just set the bench up with one barbell as a backrest, flat bench. Second barbell is going to do our work for us. So I'm going to try to figure out if I can make you see this. That should work. So again, we're trying to work way up by the hip joint, flex the quad, lift. We see an extra muscle pop out. Flex the knee, lift. We see that rectus femoris pop out. That's what we're trying to work. This guy works great to come up here where we saw that muscle. And now begins the weighting. And we just wait. We can push a little extra pressure down if you want. Doesn't need to be too much. You can throw 10-pound weights on the end here if you want extra pressure. But this is about the weighting game. So to permanently rewire and clear out muscles and undo the knots, unwind the fascial adhesions, take out the trigger points, clear out scar tissue, all that kind of stuff, we need 20 minutes in one area before your body will respond. That 20 minutes can't be so painful that you are tensing up your body just to facilitate being able to keep doing the work. So what we're looking for is like a 6 or 7 on the pain scale. Not nothing, but not crazy. And 20 minutes in about a 1 inch by 1 inch square area. So again, it takes your body 20 minutes to start sending down the remodeling crew to this area, the fibroblasts and fibroclasts. If we don't give it 20 minutes, or if we try to move a lot and cover a lot of ground, your body's not going to respond in a way that permanently changes the tissue. So 20 minutes through here, after warming it up and after palpating and finding where the muscle goes. Once we're done with that, we just do a standard contract, relax, stretch. So for our purposes, we'll just do a pretty standard couch stretch version. So of course, contract, relax. takes advantage of the fact that after you contract a muscle briefly, it will be less likely to want to fire and resist stretching afterwards. It has a bit of a refractory period. So we're in position, of course, and because we want to do this muscle as a hip flexor, not just a quad, we'd like to be tucked under. That is to say, squeeze that back glute, tilt the pelvis under, stuff that you already know about. But the contract portion is to push into the bench, down with the quad. So I'm pushing that way with this quad. This quad is going to fire to keep me from going forward as I activate the quad. So this is just my kickstand out here. Push down for 7 seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4. On the 3 count, you start breathing in. 3, 2, 1. Exhale. And sink deeper into the stretch this way. Keeping that pelvis tucked to neutral, not arching, which is going to give you range of motion at the hip. So stay neutral. Once you're in a new position, 2 full breaths. Big breath in, relax, big breath in, relax. In this new spot, don't come out of it. Don't forgive, don't give away range of motion you just earned. So glute is still on, I'm still tucked, I'm in a slightly deeper position. I do the next contract, relax. I push into the bench with my quad. 7, 6, 5, 4. Exhale. And sink a little deeper. You're not trying to boil the ocean. You're not trying to cover all the ground or get it all done in one day. You're trying to make progress. In this deeper position now, those 2 breaths, this helps your nervous system memorize this new hip position. So you'll do this for 5 to 10 rounds, and then you go walk, and then you check in with how your knee feels, any range of motion that would have made it cranky at the patellar tendon before this. Mostly it's going to be up or down stairs, people will feel it. Beginning a squat where it's a knee forward squat, like a front squat, those kinds of activities. If you have any questions, shoot me a message. I'm happy to clarify anything that we need. Okay, good luck, buddy.